Hi everyone, good morning. Um, I'm Joseph. You all know. This morning I thought of sharing with you how I strategize myself from morning till evening. So, and this is my daily routine and daily routine in my journey in cyber security studies. So when I wake up in the morning, I just have to, do the normal things, wash up, bath, brush my teeth, prepare coffee, because coffee is very necessary for cyber security so that it will keep you energized and ready to do more. So after coffee, I arrange the decks. I listen to news. If you see here now, I'm listening to Al Jazeera. I'm done with normal channels television for Nigeria. So I went to World News, Al Jazeera. I studied that for like few minutes. Then now you can see I set up my Burp Suite. This is Burp Suite so that I can use it anytime I want it for interaction, for network request interception, modification, and so on. So, XML. Okay. Yeah, when I see this XML, it was like, wow, XML is like has a vulnerability that we know as XML injection, where you have to craft a malicious SSC payload and inject it into the web application, and you get a remote code execution. So what have you? So now this is my Burp Suite, and today I have planned to continue working on insecure deserialization in PortSwigger Academy. So you can see this is PortSwigger Academy. I've on it. I've set it up. So this is the problem we're going to solve today. You see the lab, arbitrary object injection in PHP. We want to try this, and it has this lab uses a serialization based session mechanism and is vulnerable to arbitrary object injection. As a result, to solve the lab, create and inject a malicious serialized object to delete the moral.txt file from Carol's home directly. Well, we have solved this lab before. You can go back to my YouTube channel. You see where I solved something related to this, but I believe the vulnerability here is actually different from what we saw before, because this one actually is vulnerable to arbitrary object injection. Although we are going to make a research and know what arbitrary object injection actually means before we dive in properly. To solve the lab, create an injection and serialize to delete. Okay, you will need to obtain source code access to solve this lab. You can log into your own account using the following credential. So you can see this is the credential. So what I do majorly is when I see something like this, I pick it up, I copy it, I go to ChatGPT. So this is ChatGPT. So I go to ChatGPT, I paste it in. You can see where I paste it in. So I actually told ChatGPT how my today will be. So now this is what ChatGPT is telling me. Good morning, sorry, Fatima. Okay, now you can see what they told us. Lab description. This lab uses serialized based session management. Serialized based session management is this: they serialized their user input objects, and they use it for session management so that you don't have to log in often and often. So when the server or the backend see the serialized object in your session cookie, they will immediately grant you access to your web application. So now what this means is that the application stores session data by serializing an object. Just like what I told you, it stores a session data by serializing an object. So this is it. And now I said we want to know what arbitrary object injection is. Control copy. let's go to Google and ask meaning of arbitrary object injection. Look, in this field of cybersecurity, I'll tell you the bitter truth. Google is your friend. There is no cybersecurity engineer today that will tell you that they have everything up here. They know the meaning of everything, every terminologies in cybersecurity. They know all the code. They know all the payloads. They know all the malwares. None. You will always refer to Google to source for information so that you'll be able to. So here we have arbitrary object injection definition in our Google search. And they said it's often called object injection or insecure deserialization. You see, I just know this, that it's either you call it object injection or you call it insecure deserialization. Okay. Deserialization does the reverse. Okay. Yes. It's a security vulnerability that happens when an application vulnerability that happens when an application trusted user input. Then now it means an application trusted a user input. It trusted the user input and it turns it back into a program object without checking it first. So run into a program object without checking it. So when a program serializes this data, let me even say the meaning of serialization. Serialization is a way to convert an object from a programming language, an object or a data. Yes, let me say a data in an object form that you want to save in a server or you want to save in a database, or you want to save it in your web from client-side web application so that it will be able to help for authorization and authentication. That is where serialization comes in. It converts those data objects to a serialized object. It compressed it to a serialized object that will be easy to be stored. So, and when you store it, when you want to retrieve these data from the server or the database, it's going to deserialize it to become an object back so that it will turn to a human readable data. And so now when a program serializes the data, meaning turning an object data into a serialized data, it converts a complex object into a simple string. Can you see? Or byte format to save it and send it. So it converts it into a simple string or byte format to save it and send it. Deserialization does the reverse. Now, this is deserialization, turning that string back into an active object. If an application badly processes malicious strings supplied by an attacker, if an application blindly processes malicious string supplied by an attacker, it will recreate unintended or dangerous object in the system's memory, which is what we're trying to avoid. When your backend, when your system could not, validate serialized object, they trust all serialized object that come from the user. If a malicious user happens to modify those serialized data and send it to the server or send it to the system, and the system didn't check it and decide to immediately deserialize it, that is where the vulnerability comes in. So that is it. So now we have known the meaning of what we are about to do. What arbitrary object injection means is just all about injecting a malicious serialized object into a web application or a server. Okay, so we've known this. Let's even see what the room is all about before we go to solution, because most of the time when I come to labs like this, I try to solve it by myself, and when I have difficulties, I go down to the solution, study the solution, and continue. That is what makes you an expert in what you do. So thank you so much for coming along with me this far, and do not forget to click and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I will be my YouTube channel because I actually will be, creating a lot of hacking content that could help you build your own skill. Even before I get to this level of knowledge and understanding, I have to watch other people's YouTube video, subscribe to their channel, watch and rewatch over and over again before I become grounded, and not really grounded, but partially grounded. So this is the lab, and you can see that this web application, this website used a PHP, because here looking at it, they said it's an arbitrary object injection in PHP. So this is a PHP. Okay, so and this is like an e-commerce site where you can buy products, things like that. So let's see what is happening here. First thing we are going to do is we have to check the source code to see. Let's view page source to see if there's any information we could use here. So remember, anytime you're faced with a web application, you have to review the source code to see if there's any bones and things that the developer left unknowingly. Sometimes in source code, in this source code, you could actually see some information that will help you, hack into the website. Some like comments. Comment is the place you have to look, because comment actually tell us what is happening. Like this comment tell us lab header start. This is the header, and you see the comment is telling us almost everything. So after the comment, you review you view links. Like this kind of links. This kind of links are sometimes reasonable. Okay, this is where we are right now. I see. Okay, they used w3.org. Okay, this is my account. So looking at all this, it doesn't seem to have. But now I'm seeing that products have their own particular ID 5 or 10. So later you can actually check for IDOR and see if IDOR works. But looking at here, IDOR means insecure. IDOR means I don't know. I couldn't remember. When I remember, I'll get back to you. So refactor once. This you see. This is a clue. Control copy. This is a clue. Let's see if we could navigate to that. Let's see if we could navigate to. Okay, we'll have to. This is // Okay, technically nothing is here. Let's view page source of these two. 1. Wow, what is this? 1. Okay, let's go back. Okay, what if we come here and add a tilde to review some other information? Wow, there's an information here in the tilde. Class custom template. So this is actually the way PHP. Now you can see that this is the PHP web application, powered application. This is how PHP programmed the serialized data. And here they said template 5 part. They declared a variable template 5 part, log 5 parts. In PHP, this is a variable. This shows it's a variable. So public function, and this is a function name __ construct. Okay. another function, return file exit. So coming down here, let's see, no standard. Oh, underscore destruct. This underscore destruct, sometimes when you use it for serializing your object in PHP, if you didn't configure it well, it will post a really vulnerable at. Carlos thought this would be a good idea. Can you see Carlos? Okay. Is there anything we are supposed to keep in mind there? No. Well, here we know something like this exists. Copy. We have to save it in our notepad. Paste. And okay, we saw this endpoint. Copy. And okay, so we've seen most here, and let's go back. I've seen what I want here. So let's go back to this. Let's see if we can actually, there is nothing much here. Let me even see how these products have been. You see, now this is product ID. This product ID might be vulnerable to insecure direct object reference. That is IDOR that I was trying to remember. Insecure direct object reference. What's the meaning of insecure direct object reference? Insecure direct object reference is still kind of a access control, broken access control, because right now we know that this product is one, and normally we are not supposed to access this product from the URL. If we want that any other product, we have to go back and click on it. But what if we decide to change this one to 2? Let's see. If we change this one to 2, wow, you see, this is it. This is theory. So this so particularly here, you can actually navigate to other product by changing the ID number, which is not good enough, though. Let me see if there are other products. 100 not found. So you see, not found. We don't have such product like 100. Let me go to 30. Oh no, sorry. Okay. So that is it for that. Let's try and log in and see what we can see. They gave us, remember, they gave us a valid credential here, Winner and Peter. Let's say you got a web application you want to test, and you sign up, you register yourself into the web application so that you use it as a testing reference. So now our own testing reference here, when we sign into this web application, is this Winner Peter. So now let's log in with Winner Peter and see what this web application is made up of. Winner Peter. Let's log in. Okay, now we are in as a regular user. And being a regular user, I'm not seeing much that I could do here, but I know that I can only update an email. Let's go back and see what these people, what they actually want. Okay, they said solve the lab. To solve the lab, now we have to create and inject a malicious serialized object to delete the moral.txt from Carlos home directly. You will need to obtain source code access to solve this lab. Source code access. Okay. Actually, source code access. But you can sometimes read source code by the. Okay. Editor generated backup file. So this is the file that we are talking about. We've already this is the file. This is the backup file that we are talking about. In fact, we are supposed to save all this backup file. Control copy, so that we can refer to it anytime we want. If we go, paste it in. Okay, thank you. We are going somewhere now. Let's come back. We are logged in now. Let's view the source again. We always view the source. Now this is our logged in page source. You see, we have got this from the home page. Okay, nothing is there. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Home. Let me see this home. Okay, what does it mean? Does it mean I'm logged out? Okay, I'm still in. So there is actually nothing happening. There is nothing much in this dashboard. So what we are going to do now is let's inspect the source code. Let's inspect the storage and see if we have a valid cookie. Oh, we have a valid cookie here. Let's copy this cookie and then decode it to see if it's actually reasonable. I've not actually used Burp Suite for now. I'm just doing a manual testing. So the first is CyberChef. Always CyberChef is a friend when we are trying to run all kind of decoding. Okay, CyberChef. Then we will still need URL decoder or encoder, something like that. Okay, so wait. Okay, now it's there. So let's paste in that. No. This is not what I got. I've not copied the token. This is a token. Copy. Go to CyberChef. Delete all this. Control paste. Okay. Now, first of all, looking at this, you know that this is a URL encoded. So we have to URL decode it to see the information it contains. Okay, wow. Okay, decoding it, we realize that it's after decoding from URL encoded data, it gives us a base for the string. So we have to decode this 64 string to see the content of it. Now let's use let's decode from base 64. Okay, decoding from base 64, you can see this. This is a serialized object. You see, this is a serialized object. Then what do they actually think we can do here? But notwithstanding, let's say control copy this serialized string. Okay, put it in here and see. Okay, this thing is 32. Okay, access token. I want to try actually what we did earlier. This is winner, right? What if I go here and turn this to colors? And then if I turn this to colors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, the string is still 6. The access token remain. Then this is what it just might be an identifier, but why not we take it all? Yeah, way I0. So this is it. So let's convert it to base 64 back. Okay, here we have a base 64 converted string to copy. So we have to URL encode it back. Oh, I've not started this. Wow, why? Okay, here you paste it in. Agree. Okay, I want to encode it. Come here and we click the encode. Okay, now let's see the information. Okay, now this is the URL encoded string of our malicious deserialized data. So now let's see, let's replace it here, and let's enter. Let's refresh and see. Oh, this is error. You can see PHP fatal error on exception, debug token, this and username, yeah, this and this and this and that, many things. Okay, so I think it's not working. So what else can I do? What else can I do? I think what will happen again is this. Okay, let's go back since we don't have. Okay, for now, I've tried my own efforts. I've actually tried to see, though there are many other efforts. I really actually wanted to try if I think colors. Okay. Remove this. Let's get it again and try something else. Oh, this is corrupted too. Why? Let's see if we can refresh our cookie here. Get something. Go to settings. Sorry about the noise on my PC. Just that a lot is happening on this computer right now. So let's search for cookie settings. Cookies. This is cookie. They say clear browser data. Yes. I think that will be better said. Oh, clear browser data. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. We've done that now. Let's come back and see, refresh and see if something reasonable. Okay, yes, I think we are back to this. So what I actually did there was I have to clear all the cookies so that I can get a fresh login page. So let's try winner again and Peter. Let's try and log in and see. Now we are in. Now let's use a Burp Suite. Proxy, HTTP history. Okay, this is winner. I believe this should be it. Let's send it to our repeater. Down to repeater. Let's see. So, what is happening here? Okay. There's no way I want it. I want it like this. Okay, so now we are in we are in Burp Suite repeater. Let's see what content what information this that is. Actually the first time I did it, I used public I use public tools like CyberShelf, like URL encoder. But right now we are about to do everything with our Burp Suite because it has everything for us. Now this is it. That same data we saw, this is it. What can we do here again? But I think that we can actually do something like this. is they say we have to delete something, moral.txt in calories home, right? What if we say slash home here, slash Carlos slash, right? Yes, slash moral.txt. We have to be sure about that. Let's go back to our PHP. Yeah, moral.txt. Yeah, that is it. So we'll go back to our txt. Okay, should I click? Should I? Okay, delete. So that let's see if we can delete the file. But all this now, we have to know the length. Control. Copy. Okay, let's now see in our Kali. I'm trying to log in my Kali so I could be able to use the stamina. So this is my Kali, and now I want to see the length of that. And I believe seeing length means echo or not cat slash home slash Carlos slash moral.txt slash delete grep wc. Let me see if this will work. Oh, nothing. What is? Let's go back and see if we can ask ChatGPT to go to cat. Yeah. Let me use ChatGPT from my phone. Thank you. Echo dash N WC dash C. Thank you. Now let's go back. Where's our Kali? Let's try that again. I believe it's echo. Okay, not cat, it's echo. Look, in cybersecurity, try by error is allowed. Like I told you that Google is your best friend, ChatGPT is your only AI agents are your best friend. You can always refer to them to get help. The more you do it, the more you become perfect, the more little you rely on. So what we want to know is home slash Carlos slash moral.txt slash delete this word count dash count. Oh yes, Control C. The quote, I didn't close the last time. Okay, this is okay. Oh, 30, right? 30. So we'll come back to, we now know it's 30, right? We'll come back to Burp Suite. We'll go back. We'll change this to 30. 30. You know why we did this? Because PHP, because the server or this web application compare the length of the string and the string before it could be agreed to. And here, let's work with Carlos. Let's work with colors. 6, right? What else? Access token, yes. Okay, nothing again. We have applied changes. Okay. Applying the changes now. Let's control. Copy. Let's take this to decoder. Paste it in. It has a URL encoded string, so we have to code the URL. So now this has a 64 encoded string. We have to code space 64. Now this is not what I put here. Come back. Why? Okay, I don't want you to give me stress. Okay, now let me come back here. Let me go back to my external tools because this particular one is not actually giving me what I actually needed. But let's take this. Copy. Let's copy. What did I actually want to do? Okay, let me even send it and see. Oh, we have a 500 internal server error, and this is the error. Invalid access token for user colors. What do I need to do in that serialized object? Username colors. Should I make that 29? Because computer counts from 0. That is why I'm thinking if I should make it to 21. Okay. The change has been applied, right? Let's be sure. Okay, it has been applied. Let's send it again and see. The same 500 server internal error. So that means this is different now. Uncaught exception. Stack trace. Okay, there is a mistake here. Let me come here and see. This ID will be Carlos. Send again. Listen. Okay. Let me me see your content again. Two. Send again. Send. What is the error now? Is what I'm coming. I want to save these errors. First error. That was what I did, but the error, which is when I said here should be 29, 30. By the changes. Okay, this is another error. A different error from the ones before. Let's say it's access token. Let me take this copy. Yeah, because they are talking about actually access token, right? Access token is something else. Come here. This is the access token. Yeah, this is 32 character. So come here. 32. Let's apply the changes and let's send it. 200. Okay. But this confirm. Do you know I actually got lost account here? Let's render it and see. My God. That is why sometimes error, you see. So that's why sometimes error messages can reveal a lot, because it was error message that made me understand that this is vulnerable to that it was error message that gave me that session cookie that I used, right? Now, what if I now come here now, instead of colors, let me put administrator. Let me put administrator. Administrator. administrator, and the administrator should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 12. Since it's counting from 0, total will now be 12. Apply change. Send. Okay. Why? Let me see if they give us another. Let me see if they give us another error message. No error message at ministry. Okay, this is not where I was supposed to use it to. This is name is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, parameter tracking. Apply change. Send. If I put internal error, do you give me anything to work on? Okay. What should I do now? Okay, since I got Carlos account the other time, I couldn't get this. Let me go back to Carlos. Let me go back to start. Carlos is 6. Okay. Let me apply change and forward. 800. Okay. The factor once I was able to get Carlos. Okay. Let's open the response in browser. Copy. Let's go to browser and see what we've got. Oh, yes. Okay, you can see that we've got Carlos account here. And actually, remember, we are not Carlos. We registered as winner. This is winner. We registered as winner. But now, with the vulnerability we got in the arbitrary object injection, we got Carlos account. This is access control vulnerability. Yes, this is an access control vulnerability. Okay, now, but can I delete? How can I delete Carlos? / delete. No way. I can't do that. So actually, we've not actually solved the lab, say, but we have actually used that, that vulnerability we found on this web application known as arbitrary object injection to get access to Carol's page. But the main problem is, how can we delete it? And before we delete Carlos, we have to become an administrator before we could do it. So let's come back here again in our Burp. Let's open. Okay, copy it. Okay. It's Carlos. Okay. Let's go back to Burp. I'm missing something. What if they didn't save it as an administrator? They used admin. Okay. Let's modify it again. It should be Carlos. Should be admin. Admin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Apply. Send. Check from the internal server error. Let me even see this var. URL. No. I want to see if that var contains anything. There was a mistake in the URL. Oh, not found. So we can't actually go here per se. Okay, nothing. I think with everything I've done here, let's even see if we can see back to login page. So that is it for now. Let me go back and see how they solved that particular lab. Then I'll come back and we'll solve it together. Thank you for being around, and please continue to check out my YouTube channel for new and latest hacking video. Here I'm practicing how to become a web application penetration tester and a general penetration tester, and I'm also investing my time in Python programming language because I want to be able to write my own script of head without looking up any help. And if I'm to look up help, it will be minimal. So thank you, and thank you so much. See you next time.